Yeah, I've not been made an organizer. Yeah, now I can record. Yeah.
You could able to record now?
You're saying the session is being recorded.
All right. Yeah. I think SAP Solutions will record it and share it with you.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's start.
Mm-hmm.
So let's directly start with the system first, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll come to the theoretical part and like versions, architecture, and all other things will come in place when we start with the system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, PI is made of 4 components.
Mm-hmm.
Enterprise Service Repository,
Mm-hmm.
Integration Builder, System Landscape Directory, finally config and monitoring. So these 4 are known to be the base components of PI. Using these 4 components itself, we will do whatever integration what we'll try to do. And
Mm-hmm.
the main this will be our basic architect diagram, what I say, or basic diagram. I don't say architect diagram, but it's a basic diagram what we will try to analyze whenever we are doing any scenario. That is like, this is one sender system for me. This is a
Mm-hmm.
sender which is sending the message, and this is PI which is receiving it, and PI will send the message to the receiver system. So whatever system which is sending the message is known as sender, receiver, the middleware is PI, and whatever system PI is sending the message or which is receiving the message is called receiver. We all
Mm-hmm.
need to talk in the terminology of how PI is, because we are designing PI. So sender will be your sender implies from which system PI is receiving the message. Receiver implies to which system PI is sending the message.
Mm-hmm.
So based upon this basic diagram itself, we will try to analyze how to do our initial scenarios. Okay, in this regards. So in order to do this integration, we will use all these components and do it. Let's start with system landscape directory. Each component, for each component, we have a unique objective that is defined by SAP for us. Mainly, a system landscape directory can be visualized as the basic landscape what we have in place for our business. So, for example, today I have a business and I started implementing SAP, and I have SAP ECC system as my base modules like for SD, FI, etc. I have a WM system, I have a CRM system, I have some other basic SAP systems or non-SAP systems also. So whatever are there in my particular landscape, I can include everything into my system landscape directory as different systems. I'll keep you on mute, Sushant. I hear some background noise from your end. Whenever you are
Mm-hmm.
having a query, just unmute yourself.
Okay.
Right. So, system landscape directory implies the basic landscape of how your business is built in. So, it does consist of all the systems that are present in your own landscape, and from this is the base and the first step we need to take for our integration. So whatever sender system is there, whatever receiver system is there, all these systems will also come from system landscape directory. So for example, I have 2 types here. One is within the landscape, other one is outside the landscape. something like we have two types of scenarios in PI. One is A to A, application to application, or we will also call that as internal. Next one is B2B, business to business, which is called external. So what does internal implies is, between my landscape systems, if I am trying to integrate the systems, that is internal within my landscape itself, within my system, my own systems itself. Whenever I am trying to integrate with any external vendors, parties, then it is called B2B, business to business. So whenever we have a business to business scenario, then it is not possible that system, that if, for example, this sender is an outside vendor system. So this sender system cannot be on my system landscape, right? Because it's not my own system. So those scenarios also will be there. But mostly whatever we have within our landscape, it is pretty much good for us in order to migrate them onto my system landscape directory and use it for the next integrations. So main objective of system landscape directory is acts as a database for unique identifiers. There are two types. There are two things we need to understand in system landscape directory. One is software catalog, which talks about products, and software components. Next is system catalog, which talks about technical system and business system.
Yeah, I have a question, sir. Now, system landscape directory, is that something which is usually done by the basis, or is it done by the BAP developers? Who takes care of it?
It's done by basis.
Okay.
It's the basis job. Just for our understanding, we are learning this. So, software catalog and system catalog. What does these implies and what does these contain? If I start with software catalog, we have two things, that is products and software components. What is meant by a product? So for example, today I brought a new product. I bought a new WMS system, warehouse management system, or I brought a new CRM system to my landscape, and I want to start building that for my usage of business. So whenever I bring a new system, that's a new product that I am getting in, right? Might not be SAPs or might be other systems also. I'm getting a new project or a new product into my business and started implementing it. So what you can do is you can really mention that this is my product and these are different software components that are existing on that product, and using those components I will start building my scenarios. For example, SAP is a product. SAP is a product. We have different software components like BAPS is a component, PI is a component, CRM is a component, WMS is a component, WM is a component. All these are different components. And for each component, we have versions also. Like 7.1, 7.3, 7.4, etc. So these are different versions what we have. For PI, let's take PI is the main one. So PI we have 7.1, 7.3, 7.4 different versions. Similarly, if you take any other example too, so what example we'll take? Anything in your mind?
Is it like specifically to SAP itself?
No, anything. What's your business? What's your industry domain? Like pharma.
Gaming.
Sorry.
Gaming.
Gaming. Wow. Okay. We can take gaming as a product, or if you are having any specific in the gaming, we can take that itself as a product.
Slot machine.
Slotting machines is my product.
Slot machines. Yeah.
Only slot.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are different components now in slot machines, like what we can take as different components.
Components, like say the different parts that are needed for software component.
I say rather than parts, I'll say games. Different games.
Yeah, different games or different slot machines. Yeah.
Yeah, different games in different slots, right? So let's take one game.
Okay.
We'll take poker.
Yeah.
We can take poker, or what is the regular slot game? Cards.
Yes.
With cards as basic cards as example, or with what more, toys, or what more they will play.
Yeah, they will also play this number game. Wheel. Yeah, number wheel. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll take examples. And now we'll come to versions. Versions, let's take poker as the basic. For poker component itself, I have different sizes. One is a small size, another one is, let's take poker table. Let's say poker table with 4 members is one size, with 10 members is another size, right? So that's where the versions also, we can manipulate them as versions, or we can also, anyways, today we are launching the base model, tomorrow I will upgrade it and launch the other model, something like that. Okay, we'll take them as versions. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll implement this software catalog and then come again and see what is system catalog. All right, so before entering into the system, let's take one more session for how to enter into the system. Mainly ours is dual stack. Dual stack, what you will get is mainly your, I think Sai or others will take care of it, how to get your access. They will mainly install your, on your GUI, they will try to get your ECC and PI, and this will be your PI system. And this will be the ABAP stack of PI system. Okay. So ABAP stack of PI can be you can get into this using your GUI logon itself. From there, in order to get into the Java stack, you need to go with SXMB_IFR is the transaction. See, that opens you this one. Java stack can be opened with two things. One is T code, that is SXMB_IFR. Second one is directly URL. What does that URL implies is, I'll say host, port, so like this. See, the host is here IDES EHSP as expertsoft.com, and this is the port, and this will be the path. Okay, so you can on any PI system using this homepage path itself. Okay, so this is the main Java homepage path or Java stack, which contains all the components of PI. The 4 basic components of PI are here. So we are interested in the system landscape directory now. So let's get into that.
Is this a remote logon, sir? Are you in a remote logon into their system?
It's not a remote logon. They can install it on your system. You can you could able to access using your system. So your system access will be taken care definitely. They will give you more insight on that.
Okay.
Right. So this is your landscape directory. How it looks like is, in this is, we have three columns. Mainly this is landscape, this is your system catalog, this is software catalog, and this is development. Mainly this is for your basis usage. Okay, this, if you comes here, this is where the product is there. Here you can create your own product. Go to new, create a new product, product name, vendor, version, instance, just an instance name, that's it. And now it is asking about software component version. See, immediately it opened me a good wizard. So just you need to go follow the wizard. Now it is asking me to create a component version. So I will create a component version poker. Version is 1.0. Finish. Okay. That's how you can define your product and component version on SLD. This is known as software catalog. Upon this software catalog will be used in ESR. Okay. So again, this, whatever we do in here, that will be used among all the other 3 stacks. So we created software catalog that will be used in ESR. System catalog will be used in integration builder. Okay. All right. I'll see this. So software component is nothing but this one. And now coming to system catalog. System catalog is nothing but the systems what we have in our landscape. There are 2 paths we need to traverse in order to install your system or configure your system into SLD. First one is you need to define a technical system for it. Technical system is nothing but technical details of of the application servers. Coming to business system, this will be mainly a representative of the TS. Okay, so this is simply BS and this is TS. And business system is of again, technical system can be of 4 different ways. AS ABAP, AS Java, third party, standalone. There are 4 different kinds of technical system: application server ABAP, application server Java, third party, and standalone. Why we are differentiating is based upon the type of the system, your communication with that system will be depending. For example, if I say application server ABAP, then automatically it gives me the capability of doing a RFC, IDOC related communications. By default, it creates some channels for me where I can use it. Okay. If I create AS Java, then obviously it gives me some privilege to use some Java related functionality of PI, like calling a BPM or doing a Java proxy, etc. So these are some higher terms which we will get through once we are into some 10 sessions or 15 sessions. We will get to the proxy things, then we can discuss more. But mainly, whenever you are creating creating a technical system using those type of categories, those type of feasibilities or functionalities will be coming as a privilege for you, and you can start using them. All right. So whatever business system we create as a representative, this can be used in the ID, integration directory or integration builder, whatever we call it as. Let's see what is that. Now go to home. Here we will define our technical system. New technical system. See, there are 4 types: AS ABAP, Java, standalone, third party. So if I take AS ABAP, you will get a bigger wizard. So what does this do is it takes what is the SID, installation numbers, database host name, what are the central servers, what are the application servers, clients, and installed software. So these are different parameters that are that present for simple ABAP. So we are giving the detailed information of an ABAP system. So for example, if I take a ECC example, so let's see ECC once. So this is ECC system, which is of AS ABAP type. Here you can see all the details of my ECC will be given here: clients, message servers, application servers, etc. So all the details, all the technical details will be given at this AS Java or AS ABAP itself. So AS ABAP and AS Java, application server ABAP or application server Java, will have a lot of attributes that we need to fill in. Standalone is just like a normal component which doesn't represent anything in specific. So see, generally if I create a standalone, I just need to give what is the host name and take in a specific identification name for this object. That's it. There are only 2 things, just a standalone system. Then third party, if I want a third party system to be installed, I can use the third party system. For example, if for a WM, for my warehouse management, I'm getting a third party's system, a third party product, I'm buying a third party product. Like for example, slot machines. For slot machines, I don't have the software with me, or I don't have the capability with me. I brought a product into my company. So what you can do is you can define that as a third party system here. System name, some host name. What is the host name that will be given by them? Then we are trying to do installed software. What is this installed software is? Installed software is nothing but the software component what we had created in using using your software catalog, right? So that we will try to assign this to this. We will talk about it. See, for example, see, this is the slot machine technical system, which contains the system server details, and here we have the installed softwares. So what does this mean? What are the software components we are trying to create there? You can link to your technical system also like this. Okay, so your technical system, your system catalog and software catalog also can be interrelated or can be linked with each other using this. Okay, and
how about business systems? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And how we use it, we'll see that in integration directory, or when we are doing the scenarios, we'll do it. Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah, business systems. What about business systems for your standalone?
We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. So this is the technical system where we had defined our technical system and just added whatever products or whatever components that are related to that technical system. Now, if you go to here, you can create your business system directly from your technical system, or you can also create it by using your business systems link here. If I take new business system, now what type of business system you want to use? I want to go to third party or other. Next, it will ask me to which technical system it is assigned. So I need to select here the technical system, this one. Any logical system name you have? No, for now nothing. So I'll come to this again. Next, name. What is your business system name? I'll use this. Next, what are the installed softwares? By default, it had given me the software which the technical system have. So you can just say next. Integration server is your PI system. So just relate that to your PI system. Like that, I created my business system here. Okay, so your business system got created using your technical system like this. So similarly, you can create your business systems for other categories also. For a standalone category or for other category, ABAP, Java also, you will create your business systems like this. These business systems will be used in integration directory. This one, integration directory or integration builder. Here we will use them. Does that answer your question?
Yes. So basically, then when we are using the ID, we will be referencing to these technical systems and business systems.
Right. In ID, we will actually do this configurations of systems. So there we will use it. I'll show you how to use it.
Okay, but say if I have a technical system as ABAP or as Java, so those technical systems, are they like the standard, like I mean the our ABAP system or the PI system? So what do we like? Where do we use ABAP, Java, or third party?
Of PIs, you mean?
Yeah, PI. Yeah, in a PI situation.
I mean ABAP. See, for example. So, for example, where is this? So, this E74 is ABAP system, PI systems ABAP stack. Okay? E74 is a PI system ABAP stack. Now, your question is where we actually use this PI system ABAP stack.
Correct, yeah.
All right. So, whenever you are trying to do some what I can say PI related interface in dual stacks, we will do something. We can create some programs in ABAP stack itself, and you can actually call those as RFCs. In ABAP stack of PI, you can call those RFCs. We will do one RFC lookup. We'll get that in RFC lookup. We'll do it anyways. So whatever ABAP functionality that is present in your PI system, you can use that using this. Okay. Again, similarly, we do have Java stack or AS Java also. AS Java also, if you see, this is Java stack of PI. This will be used for doing some using the Java stack capabilities of PI. So it's not only the what we are seeing here. If you see, this is nothing but a JSP page. It's a Java server page, right? So it's running on a Java server. Whenever we want to use those Java capabilities also, you can use your this business component or technical system and use it. Okay. So for now, just keep it simply like that. But once we are into at least half of the sessions, we will get to understand why we are using them. Okay.
Okay.
Any queries up to this point? And this is important again. One technical system can have n business systems. Okay, if this is a technical system, if you go to business systems, I can have not only one, I can have many business systems. Okay, that's again a catch. You can create n number of business systems for one itself. There is no limitation on it, and you can use it. Okay, that's it about SLD. Any queries?
But how do you link it? Is there a place where you say when you have a technical system, you have multiple business systems? Is there a situation where you need to choose only one business system for a technical system?
Use only
one business system, say for a technical system. Like you have a technical system, you have multiple business systems. But will there be a situation where you would need to use only one business system to a technical system? Do you have to
most of the cases is one-to-one. We will not create a number of business systems at all.
Okay.
Just for our understanding, we can do it. That's it. But generally, we will create only one technical system and one business system. So it's a general case something like I have some different branches. I have a branch in California, I have a branch in New York, I have a branch in Chicago, something like that. So the base system is same, but to represent its own centers, I will change it. So as we are into this also, I'll explain one more small thing. Oh, come on, man. So you know that we will have different clients for ABAP, right? If I take EH7 as example, if in clients, I have different client numbers. For each client, I can give a logical system name like this. Okay. And if you remember, while I am creating a business system, in the business system, I can use a logical system name. Yeah. Okay. So your technical system is only one, but you have different clients in it. So you can have different business systems associated for each client. This methodology. Okay. So this is a small example. In this way, you can have many things. Okay.
But where will that scenario come where you need to associate the technical system and the business system?
No, for any system, you should have a technical system and a business system.
Okay. I'm saying where do you have to say specify? Okay, if I have a technical system, I have multiple representations of that. Now I need to say for this technical system, I need to choose this business system. So where do we actually do that?
I did not get your point again.
Like say you're trying to establish some sort of integration, right? Like say a file to file scenario, right?
Okay.
And now I want to say I'm specifying that this is my technical system that I'm using, and this is the business
All
system.
right. All right. All right. So see, that's a catch again. What I said here,
Mm-hmm.
we use business system in ID, not technical system. We use business system.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So that's why it's a representative. We use this, and this determines this.
Okay, 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 okay.
Okay. Let's see. So you're in PST.
Sorry?
In which time? In which
PST,
time
I'm
zone?
in PST, I'm in PST time zone, yeah.
You're in PST time zone. Okay. So it's like 9 for you or 8?
7:45.
7:45.
Yeah.
How about evenings looking for you for weekends?
I prefer morning because evening usually I go out.
Okay. No, I mean not regularly. If morning class got skipped, then how about the evening session? That's what my main point.
1 or 2 days, yeah, I can take up because
Yeah.
usually I go out like
About
movies and all
just the
those things.
morning session. So yesterday I'm busy in the morning. I could not able to take in the morning. Again,
Uh,
next week also Saturday morning I could not able to take. Just I want to check how the evening works out for you.
yeah, one evening, Saturday evening, yeah, maybe it could be possible. Yeah.
Okay. So this is our ESR.
Okay.
This is our ESR. Enterprise Service Builder is the main stack, which opens this stack for us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the pretty much first step is we need to integrate your system landscape directory and software component version. System landscape directory and ESR. How to do that? Go to create. In work areas, you have software component version. Here it asks import from SLD. So just click on display. It will display what are the different component versions that are present on your SLD and just import. So this is our component version. Just create so that it gets imported. So this is the first step we need to do in the ESR. Import the software component what you are creating. So again, coming to the start of the session, whatever new product or whatever new project that we are starting, firstly we will create a product and component version and import that component version. Upon that we will start our interfaces. So like we had done a poker slot machine now as an example. If I bring a CRM system, a customer relationship management, what are the different interfaces we require for a CRM integration? Those all integration scenarios can be under this component version. Okay, so we will group what are related things under one tree like this. So whatever object we create in ESR, this particular component version will be the unique identifier to that particular object. What does that mean? So if I create an object called A under this component version, and if I create another object A under this component version, it doesn't relate to each other, because the main tree or the main identifier is component version. So your primary key will start from software component version as base primary key. Upon that, how many you have, you can create a duplicate one in other component version, and something like that. You can have your own feasibility of naming standard, naming conventions at that point. Okay, but component version is the main thing that will be the unique identifier. That's why I gave the first objective itself as it acts as a database for the unique identifiers. Okay. So we'll continue with an ESR also now. How to do some ESR things?
Yeah, we can do.
Enterprise Service Repository. Main objective of Enterprise Service Repository is to define and translate messages. Okay, so here the basic thing is we will define the message, and ESR only talks about messages. So again, come to the base diagram. I say here this is sender and this is receiver, but what the sender is sending to PI, what PI will send to receiver, how this PI to PI, how this message from sender format changes to the receiver format. All these things will be in ESR. So all message related integration will present in ESR. ESR talks only about messages. So firstly, we will define what is sender message, what is receiver message, and then we will see how to manipulate or how to translate from sender to receiver. That's what, to define and translate the messages. What are the basic steps? Import SLD, import software component version, create namespace, create data type, create message types, create service interfaces, create message mapping, create operation map. Okay, so these are the different steps that we need to do in ESR. Let's start. Let's understand this by doing it. So firstly, we had imported the software component version. Now create a namespace. So this is your component version, and you can see this component version in this left stack like this. Okay, so your component, under this component version, you can start creating any interface. Again, can be the basic step to start any interface is create a namespace first. Once you import the software component version, then you need to create a namespace. Okay, under this namespace, we will create any other object. So your component version is the basic one, and your namespace will be the second step that you need to do before you start creating any other object. What are these namespaces? Namespace is nothing but mainly whatever we translate using PI or whatever message that pass through PI need to be in XML standard. XML standard like extensible markup language. So it's pretty simple. Like if I take a basic example, item number, item name. So this is a small XML. Okay. So in this manner, we have XMLs. We will have different XMLs. So for in each and every XML, to define it uniquely, we have namespaces. Okay. So for example, this is one XML, and to identify this item number, generally for XML is an XML standard to have namespaces. Or you will be well aware about these type of XMLs. So from here then onwards, what happens is this will be under web like this. Like this. So what does that means is this item number belongs to this particular namespace. Okay. So, and by using the namespace as a prefix to the field, we are giving the feasibility to use this item number again with another namespace. So in a big XML you have, if you have a big XML, in that big XML, you can get duplicates of these field names by prefixing, by using a prefix of your namespaces. Okay, that's where the main namespace usage will come in. And also, namespaces are pretty much useful or important, I say, for an integration point of view also. That we will get to know when we are doing SOAP-based integrations. We will come again to this topic when we are discussing SOAP adapter. But for now, XML namespace is important in order to identify those fields uniquely for that particular XML. So that's why your namespace is the main step that you need to create. After creation of the namespace, then we need to create data types. So data type is nothing but something like we define or declare a variable int I equal to 0 or a string str equal to some constant, something like that. We declare them, right? We define them, right? Similarly, we are creating a basic data type saying like this is my sender message and this is my receiver message. So you need to create actually two data types. One is for my sender and another one is for my receiver. Similarly, message type is also one is for my sender, one is for my receiver. So what example we'll take?
For the
in poker related, get me something poker related or something.
See if there is some information that you need to send from like say a computer to a poker machine integration.
Or we can also say like if the system is playing the game already, I have 4 individuals. What that particular individual is typing in, that should go as an input to the machine, right?
Yeah.
We can take that also as an example. So
okay.
Yeah, that would be pretty much easy, so that we have more number of things to cover. So what we'll do is what we call them.
Players.
Simply players.
Yeah.
Or for Now I will not make it difficult. All right, players, table number, dealer. Just for example, let's take a dealer name also. I'll take this as table. Poker underscore table as the main thing. Players. In that, I'll take player number, input. Okay, let's take this as example. So poker table, which is giving dealer number, dealer table, and players. And in players we have player number and what is the input that being given by player, like next card or something like that. Yes or no. I'll take it as simple one. Now, receiver. If it comes to the receiver, how receiver want to receive it? Receiver want to receive it like game table, game, table number, it doesn't need any dealer name, dealer details. So rather than making difficult, I'll just say yes, that should be fine. And I'll take one more game number or round number. Okay. So this is my sender and this is how I will receive into the system. So when the user is clicking something, that's what he is sending as an input XML, but my system will accept this one as my input XML. Okay. Let's define these as data types in the system. Firstly, let's define poker table. So the first one is data types. You need to go to this interface objects. In that you will have data type like this. I'll say DT underscore player underscore poker table. Under this, I'll start creating this. Poker underscore table is my parent node or root node. Under poker table, I am having table number. So click on this and say insert sub-element. You can insert a sub-element. And in parallel to this element, you can insert dealer. And as an again parallel element players. So table number, dealer, player are in one level itself, right? So if you want to insert another sub element, you can do it from the root node like this, or from here itself you can say yes, insert another other element. Now it is players. Now these two are the child nodes for players. So at players you will do a sub element of player number, and as a parallel element of player number you have input. Okay, so this is how you defined your data type. Simply here you give the you can give the types. So whatever element that do have child nodes will not have any specific type. Okay, any specific normal type like access string, something like that. Okay, so for now just keep it very simple. Just we had defined the data type and we had assigned its what are the types of those fields that are coming in. Might be integer, might be string, something like that. Now similarly, let's define data type for receiver. So your data type for receiver is game table. I'll keep it simple as game table itself. As a sub element, game table, and as a sub element to the game table, I have game, and parallel to game, I have table number, and then round, and then I have poker players. Now, as a sub element to the poker players, I have player number, and then input. Okay. Now again, define their types. Any questions? Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Good. So this is with respect to the data type. Now, next thing is we need to create message type. Okay. The next step is defining message type. Let's do that. So for each data type, I need to create a message type. So firstly for message for the sender. And this is the naming convention always. Whatever the type of object we are creating, follow that as a prefix, like a message type empty underscore, a data type DT underscore, service interface SI underscore. So as that by using the object name itself, we can identify what type of object it is. So your message type screen looks like this. We need to assign or link the data type to the message type. So you can link it using the for help here. Just select whatever the appropriate data type that need to be given to that, like this. So now this becomes a message. By assigning the data type to a message type, it formulates as a message. Similarly, do the same for receiver also. Empty underscore game table. Just assign like this. So we had created the data types and message types. The third step is also done. The next one is creation of service interfaces. So for both sender and receiver, I need to create service interfaces. Okay, so first service interface is for sender. So whenever we are creating a sender service interface, you should remember the category of that sender should be outbound. Whenever you do a receiver, the category should be inbound. Okay, there are three things: abstract, inbound, outbound. Let's talk about outbound and inbound only for now. Outbound is whatever message relates to the sender. So now you need to assign the message type to this service interface. So here we need to assign the message type. Just go to F4 and you can automatically get your message types. Just assign that. Similarly, create the service interface for the receiver.
So is the service interface the one that takes the message from your sender from the outbound side?
Yes.
And the receivers, okay.
This service interface will be the higher encapsulation of your message, which defines what is your sender and what is your receiver. So now it is my receiver, and here I can assign your service interface. So you can assign it directly, you can drag and drop, or you can go with F4 and assign it, or however you want, you can do that. Okay, like that I had defined my service interfaces also. The next step is creation of message mapping. Once this is done, I need to create message mapping. Message mapping will be under this mapping objects. Go to message mapping. So message mapping is nothing but the translation from the sender to the receiver. So here it takes the message types as inputs. So here you need to assign your message type under poker. Under this one, this is my message type. Similarly, for the target, game table is my message type. And this will be your message editor, mapping editor, where you can map the source and target structures. So whenever we are doing mapping, we should be concentrating only about the target. So for example, game. For game, I need to do the mapping. It's not like if you click on this, it doesn't make any sense. On the senders, it just keep on having your things like this. But for the receiver, for each field, your mapping editor changes. So for game field, this is the mapping editor. For round, we have another mapping editor, something like that. Okay. Always when you are mapping, you need to concentrate only on your target. What's my target field require? Okay. So what's your game require? So this is my game. Game is just a constant poker because it's not coming from any of the sender things. Okay. So game is a constant for me. So just I'll go to constants here. Assign poker. Oops. Just say poker. That's it. Now table number. Table number comes from the table number of my sender. So just click on your sender and assign it like this. Similarly, round. Round, I will take it as presently as a constant itself and as 1. I'm not getting anything from the input, so I don't mind it. Next, player number to the player number. Just click on both like this and assign it. Whenever it is a one-to-one mapping, you can also drag this and drop onto that. That also creates you the required mapping. Message mapping is the main base to do your mapping how you want to translate from your sender to the receiver. Upon creating a message mapping, you need to create operational mapping. Poker underscore game underscore table is your operation mapping. Mainly your operation mapping takes service interfaces as your inputs. And of course, you can drag and drop here also, like this. Once you assign your service interfaces for your source and target, click on read operations, which will read the message types that are present in those service interfaces. Then assign what is the mapping responsible to convert your sender to receiver layer, like this. Okay, so this is how you need to define your ESR things. Firstly, create data types, message types, service interface, message mapping, finally operation mapping. Any doubts up to the creation part?
Nope, no.
Good. So let's activate all the objects. Just a minute. Okay. So what we had done here is, firstly, we had defined a data type and a message type and a service interface. Data type, message type, and this is service interface. Same thing is for sender and receiver, like this. Okay. In order to link your message types, service interfaces. Okay. So your service interface integration, for your sender to receiver service interface link will be using our operation mapping, and your message type will be using your message mapping, and of course your message mapping again will be linked to the operation mapping. Okay, this is what altogether we had done using ESR. And mainly your service interfaces will have a unique direction, like saying like this is an outbound, which implies that comes into PI. If it is an inbound, that goes out of PI, something like that. I have a specific direction also for those interfaces. Okay. Any queries, Sushant?
No. I'm good.
All right. So I'll set this doc as.
So, is there a possibility that you can actually send me this document, sir?
Yes, sir. For sending this document itself, I am writing this.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Else it's for my notes. No way, it's for you. I'm dating like this. Okay. So I'll send this for you, and we'll take it further from there. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are available, we can have an evening session also, so that we can continue with another things, or else we can join the next session.
Next session. So next Saturday, you're saying like morning is not possible, right? You're saying right now.
It's not possible for me next Saturday too. So
okay.
yeah. So if you want, we can have an evening session today, which compensates the yesterday's session, and next week at the evening something.
No, today evening not possible actually. I might be going out.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do one thing in that case. As of now, then we will think next Sunday itself, Sunday morning.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So next session will be on our Sunday morning, and we'll connect them. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.